Of excitement this morning with the amount of fog we had around, and thankfully that's begun to clear, albeit rather slowly. We're going to have more excitement though through the weekend because there's going to be some rain. There's also going to be some pretty strong winds as well. At the moment the weather's a benign story really. We've got a fair clear slot across these more central areas. The hint of a change in the south with a little bit of colour now showing on the radar and satellite picture combined along the North French coast here, and that's a bit of rain coming up from the south, patchy rain towards the early part of the evening, and still some cloud across the far north. The misty bits, well, they've gradually cleared out the way. Still some around, though, for the early part of the afternoon before it all goes, and it may well return immediately after dark, more notably for the southeast of England and across East Anglia. And here's a few showery outbreaks of rain coming into the more southern counties by the back end of the afternoon. Temperatures were up at around 15 or 16 in the south, a bit cooler further north, and a freshening breeze here as well, and that breeze is going to be the feature of the weather through tomorrow, more especially through Sunday. From quite a warm direction, notice the colour of the arrows here indicating the warm air coming up from the south, and in fact tomorrow's temperatures for a large part of England and Wales could be quite pleasant, 17 or 18 degrees, but not feeling quite so warm because of the strength of that wind. That wind stays with us all the way through the weekend, notably strong across Northern Ireland and parts of Scotland on Sunday and Monday, where we could have severe gales across the far north of Scotland, something we'll have to watch over the next 2 days or so. We are also going to see some warmth come up from the south in the more sheltered eastern districts, and here the best temperatures and the best of any brightness. But this is the culprit, this area of low pressure, deepening rapidly. It sweeps towards Britain and moving across the far north during the course of Sunday and Monday, and bringing some outbreaks of rain with it. A whole cluster of weather fronts poised to move in by Monday, so it is going to be a rather wet spell over the next 2 to 3 days. Now the rain comes up from the south initially tonight, creeping into some of these more southern counties, but the more persistent rain is this band that's coming in from the west to move into Northern Ireland and a large part of western Britain during the course of Saturday lunchtime. So that rain is going to be around. It'll gradually move its way across steadily during the course of the day, perhaps the far southeast of England and East Anglia getting away with a dry story, but even here by the end of the day we'll have a few spots of rain coming through. Sunday's forecast, well, showery for a large part of England and Wales, but more persistent rain nudging back into Northern Ireland. And for much of Scotland, it's going to be a wet and windy story. As I've mentioned, the winds in the far north could be up at severe gale force during the course of Sunday afternoon. And a quick look into Europe. Well, we'll try and find you some sunshine. From the central part down into the Mediterranean, some sunshine here. But these weather fronts will also affect the north and west of Europe, where here it's also going to be a wet and windy story. Have a good afternoon.